Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you the full process of how I practice drawing faces, and I will share some helpful tips on the drawing technique I like to use, and you can try it too. So enjoy watching. Since I can remember, drawing has been always part of my life. Even as a kid, I want to sketch everything I saw. I really felt the urge to capture it all. But what fascinated me the most were faces, and the way how light they touched them. And that brings me to today's drawing. I began with a sheet of toned paper because I preferred it to sketchbook. And I really like using these toned paper blocks. They allow me to draw the shadows and the lights. At the very beginning, I'm really careful with my lines. I just use a low-grade pencil like a HB or 2B pencil. And I build the construction and the guidelines of the head. As for the highlights, I switch over to white pastel pencil, and that is what makes this paper so special. Because toned paper allows you to work from the middle, building shadows and adding the light at the same time. And you can see I'm adding a few highlights here, not too much, just enough to let the drawing breathe a little more. I decided to go for a different one with a new pose and a different mood. And I try to focus on the basic shapes, keeping my lines loosely and relaxed. But don't rush here, take your time to get the proportions right. And remember, a solid foundation is everything. before we keep drawing, let's take a short break together. Morning, we are moving on to the second page of more drawings. And after the last page, these ones quickly became my favorites. But let me know in the comments which one you like the most. For this one I decided to include two hats and different poses as well. And I usually start with a combination of the Loomis method and a bit of side size to place all the important features first. And I want to keep it really rough and sketchy. And as always I start with the eyes, the nose and mouth, and I'm still using a light HB pencil therefore. At this point I'm just trusting my eyes to guide me from the reference. I try to bring more of my own inner voice into what I'm actually sketching. When it comes to the hair, I just focus on the curve hatching again. I want to bite volume and dimension without going too much into detail. Before I allowed myself to be more loosely and confident with my drawings, I drew super slow and needed full control over every single stroke. But over time I started to let go a little, trusting my hand more and the base of my construction. The construction is more about the technical side of the drawing. It's like the skeleton. Once it's solid, you can play around with everything else and sketch more loosely. For this drawing I decided to bring a different face on paper. I want to explore how small changes in structure can completely shift the whole mood of a sketch. So, like every good story, this one comes to an end. And I had such a good time with these drawings, and I hope you did too. So, thanks for spending time with me, and we see us in the next one.